Hey guys, welcome back to Faith for Keto Kitchen, where we make keto delicious. So today we're going to make another recipe from our website, and it is our Rosa's Italian meatballs. I love these so much because they're so flavorful. You yield a lot from the recipe, but you can always cut the recipe in half. But they're really tasty, guys. So let me tell you what's going to be in these, and we'll get started. So you want to add 1.5 pounds of ground sirloin beef, or you can just do regular ground beef as well. But when you're doing a keto diet, you want to make sure you have the higher fat ratio, so like 70 something, fat at least. We want 1.5 pounds of ground pork, so basically equal ratio meat. We're going to put in 3/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, a 1/4 cup of cheddar cheese, just to give it that little more, you'll see when you make them, really good tasty flavor. And a tablespoon of dried parsley, 1 teaspoon each of thyme, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, and black powder, and 2 eggs. So all you have to do, quick and easy, apart from the rolling your meatballs, you just put everything in a bowl. Now I put the meat in here, and I'm gonna first kind of get the meat merged together a little bit and get it kind of broken up some so you can work with it. So I got that ground beef in there, and I think I got it was like 75-15 ratio. That is 100, right? 70? Yeah, 70, 80, 90. Oh yeah, I'm all off, guys. Anyway, you know what I mean. 70-something% fat in your meat. All right, guys, in your beef. But yeah, and then after you mix that a little bit, because you don't want to overwork your meat because you'll get tough meatballs, you're going to just add your 2 eggs in there. You kind of break them up some to get it in there. 2 eggs. Okay, get that a little moved around a little bit. So have you guys made Italian meatballs, or is there a favorite meatball recipe that you like? I do like meatballs because you can make the meatballs well in advance and they last. It's something that's kind of really good for a meal prep, especially if you're on a ketogenic diet or any type of healthy, I don't like to call it diet, but healthy eating lifestyle. You can always have things that's in more volume so that you can just set it aside and eat on it throughout the week, especially for your family. If you have a big family, you might go through it faster, but either way, it's very helpful. So we're going to put our spices in, guys. And what I have here is 1 teaspoon each of pepper. So we got black pepper. I get the huge black peppers from Costco because they last forever. Not because I do a food blog, but because they do last a long time. So we got our cayenne pepper in here. Let's see. 1 teaspoon each of these. So now if you don't like it really spicy, guys, you can always cut back on the spices. It don't have to be a lot. Ooh, that was a bit much. All right, let me pull back a little bit on that. We're gonna put a little bit of that in there. But yeah, if you don't want it too spicy, and you can omit that as well, it's not a problem. We got our thyme. I use this ground thyme because it really permeates the dish a lot. So I really do like ground thyme. That's ground thyme. But if you can't find ground thyme, of course you can use regular thyme. We got 1 tablespoon of dried parsley. And of course you can use fresh parsley. You might want to use a little more than a tablespoon because all dried herbs are a little more potent than fresh herbs. Now the fresh herb, you can taste it, it's more herbaceous, more grassy but the dried herbs, let me just put it this way, you don't need as much with the dried herbs as you do with the fresh herbs, you know what I mean? So that's why you only have 1 tablespoon. So I would say in this, put maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of your fresh herb to replace that if you have fresh parsley at home. Then we're going to do about 1/2 teaspoon of the salt. Because the pork already has, this is Italian pork, so it already has that saltiness in it, so you don't want to over salt it. Right? Got that in there. We're going to just slightly mix that up a little bit. This is really a cool ingredient. And back in the day, because I'm from New York, so back in the day in New York, we used to have Italian meatball subs. And they are so good, guys. Oh my gosh. Everything back east, I'm just saying. I live in the West Coast right now, Las Vegas, but I just miss that East Coast food. I don't know what it is. Some people say it's the water, you know what I mean, that makes the food taste good, especially the pizzas. But man, oh man, I do miss the pizza back there. But one other thing we used to have from the pizza shop was the subs, you know. So we have to figure out a way to make, like, I make regular keto bread, but I want to figure out a way to make like a keto sub bread. And I've been secretly working on that, to tell you the truth, because my husband likes sub rolls as well. So we're gonna add our cheeses in there. And that was cheddar cheese. I like to use sharp cheddar cheese because sharp cheddar cheese just gives it a little more of a punch. Like that. So let's get that out the way. And we're gonna mix all this in. It's well mixed. I didn't mix it too much, guys, because if you mix it too much, like I said, you get a tough meatball. So now that this all mixed up, we're going to take, let me grab something. I think I'm gonna, if you wanna make them, well, here's the thing about meatballs. You can make them any size you like, depending upon, you know, well, what you're gonna use your meatball for. Like if you're using for some pasta, which you're not if you're keto, but there's spaghetti squash out there that you can kind of make a sauce with, and just go ahead and have like a faux spaghetti with some meatballs and sauce. But I like to do mine this way. It's up to you how big you want your meatball, but remember, when you do a bigger meatball, it's gonna take longer for it to cook. So I kind of like to do like a tablespoon size meat, and I'll show you real fast. So if you just scoop a little bit, and it don't have to be perfectly even, but if you just scoop a little bit on a tablespoon, and just go ahead and roll it, super simple. You don't have to have it too tight either, because you want the heat to penetrate in that meatball, so you don't have to handle it too much, okay? So then what we're gonna do is just scoop it, like I said, get about a tablespoon size, make your meatballs. Super simple, guys. And I love to add the pork blend. And now, if you don't like pork, guys, it's okay. You can sub out that pork that was in there, that 1 pound of pork or 1.5 pound of pork. You can sub that out for all ground beef. That's not a problem. Or you can sub it out for a little bit of lamb. I mean, whatever you want to sub it out for. It's good to change up the seasonings though if you're going to use something like lamb. All right, so you might want to add something different like mint or something, just to make the kind of match that meat profile. So yeah. But right now we're gonna make our Rosa's Italian meatballs. So let me finish rolling these all up and we'll go over to the stove. Okay, so we're all done rolling up our meatballs. See how much it yields? I mean, this is a lot of meatballs, so it'll feed your family. So what we're gonna do now is get a little bit of olive oil. Probably about a tablespoon, because you don't need too much because there's good fat in those meats, okay? Apparently that's all I had left was a tablespoon. Okay, tablespoon. And then what we're going to do is just put the stove on to about medium to get started, and as you're loading up your pan with the meatballs. So get all those meatballs in. And once you get them all in, we're going to let them brown on all sides. And a little trick I like to do too, guys, is once you put all the meatballs in, you don't have to do this step, but I like to put the meatballs in and then put a tiny bit of water in the pan and cover it. And this way it kind of steams the meatballs and get them done faster if you're in a hurry to get the meatballs all done. But if not, you know, you can just fry them on all sides and rotate them as they go along to make sure you get all the sides brown. But I really do like cover my meatballs with a nice lid and a little bit of water to steam. So this pan can fit about, well, you don't want to make too crowded, but so that's how many I got in the pan right now. I can cook the other ones later. So we're gonna let that, keep that on medium, put a drop of water in there, maybe about a tablespoon, guys. And let that steam up and cook. And then I'll rotate them a little bit in between, and then I'll let you know what they taste like. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so all the meatballs are done, and look how delicious they look. So we're going to plate one up and give it a try. All right, let's get one on the plate. It smells amazing in here, guys. So what I decided to do is get a little marinara sauce, You know, I like to use Newman's Own. They don't have any sugar in it. There's others out there like, I think it's called Rails. I see a lot of people trying that's on keto, but it's a little bit pricey. So just get yourself a good marinara sauce or a pasta sauce that doesn't have any sugar in it at least, okay, and very low carb. So let's give this one a taste. Is this the whole house is like smelling amazing right now, guys. Yeah, the inside is nice and tender. That's so good. It's very flavorful. I taste those Italian spices. A little bit of that cayenne in there gives it a slight kick, but it's really good. And it's really good, guys, to blend the beef and the pork together because it just gives it that boost of flavor that's just amazing, okay? So definitely give this one a try. And if you do, comment below and let me know when you do. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe and be a part of the family and hit the notification bell to get more notifications actually when I upload a new video. So guys, I'm Rosemary from Faithful Keto Kitchen. God bless you and have a wonderful week. Bye.